Hello everyone and welcome back to the finale of Bloodborne. At the end of last episode, you can see I've switched up my outfit a little bit here, aiming for physical defense, and also replenish my blood vials, and who really cares about the Quicksilver? We're not going to be using them. But at the end of last episode, I mentioned we were going to be using this crazy Cursed Kin Hunter's Damp Blood Gem that puts attack against the kin up 26.7%. Here's the thing. You'll notice that these are different shapes, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so each... You know what? Let me just come show you. Long story short is I cannot put that gem on Ludwig's Holy Blade. So I go to Blood Gem Fortification, and I will show you why. Up here in the upper left, you will notice that I have certain shapes that I can use. A triangle shape, which is the shape that we want, is not one of them. And I tried upgrading. Simon's Bowblade does, but it doesn't have the attack power that Ludwig's does. I also upgraded the Rikuyo to +8 in an attempt to put the triangle gem on that guy. But ultimately, Ludwig's Holy Blade is at +10. It is our highest ranked, along with the Saw Cleaver weapon. And it has insane damage of a base attack of 200 plus 312 with the 8 of the gems that we have on it right now. So it's doing 512 just as base damage right now, where these other ones we're not even getting close to that. So while it sucks that we cannot use a kin-specific gem on this kin that we're about to go against, we're swinging pretty hard with Ludwig's, and I want to stick with it so it's a bit easier for us. Also, at the end of last episode, we encountered the Moon Presence, and it is a back-to-back fight, and the reason we are able to encounter the Moon Presence is because we ingested those 3 third umbilical cords, and technically we ingested 4. If you did not do that, and you said refuse, you would fight Gehrman, the Moon Presence would come down, and it would grasp you, but we would not be able to repel it. And instead we would get another ending, and I forget exactly what it's called, but I actually forget what both of this ending that we're gonna get when we take care of the Moon Presence, and the one that if you defeat Gehrman but are unable to take on the Moon Presence because you didn't consume the umbilical cords. I forget what that one's called, but I know that the easy one, the Submit Your Life one, is called Yharnam Sunrise. So there's that. Yeah, I haven't fought this guy in at least 84 years, so it's gonna be a fun ride, to say the least. You can see we're doing 529 there. Hey, buddy. Whew. He's an angry little feller. Why wouldn't he be? We ruined his plans. This is a nasty little trick. You want to get in here and swing, swing, swing. He drains all your health unless you can get in there and swing for the fences. It's a very nasty little trick. Scared the shit out of me the first time you did it. And you can visceral attack this guy. You just need to bonk him on the nose, I guess. But we're doing quite well. He's not a terribly difficult, he's just freaky looking. A terrible difficult enemy, that is. Ooh, and if he does it when you're across the map, that can be a problem. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Lights out, fucker.
Are you cold? Oh, good hunter.
And that, my friends, is Bloodborne. Did not expect for that to only take 5 minutes, but Ludwig's Holy Blade OP. So, oh, and how funny they show us Ludwig's Holy Blade here on the load screen. But you're probably wondering what the fuck just happened. So, a couple of different endings. One, we submit our life and Gehrman kills us. It actually shows an execution with his burial blade. He beheads us, and we awake in Yharnam anew. And we're actually, it looks like,
all signed and sealed.
About to restart everything again. And we wake up back in Yosefka's clinic. What? But with a whole mess of blood echoes up there in the top right. And with all our weapons and everything back again. And this note that says, seek Paleblood to transcend the hunt. Okay, so a couple of the endings here. The one, if you can defeat Gehrman, but you don't consume the umbilical cords, and the moon presence basically makes you take the place of Gehrman. The next cutscene that follows shows the doll pushing you in Gehrman's wheelchair, and you're in the wheelchair. You're taking over Gehrman's job as sort of this, not a host of the Hunter's Dream, because Great Ones seem to be associated with dreams and nightmares, and especially nightmares, in that they are kind of hosts, or I'm not sure of a different word, like they create them in some way. I'm wondering, I'm trying to remember what we got. Oh, I think we used the umbilical cord. Damn, that they conceive these dreams, these nightmares. So if you defeat Gehrman and you do not have the umbilical cords needed to face Paleblood or the moon presence, you take Gehrman's place as sort of this overseer of the dream and helper of hunters, who in turn lure these hunters to Great Ones. Is this part of kind of paying for the curse of the Bergenworth scholars who went and meddled with Kaz in the fishing hamlet? I'm not entirely sure, but that's a pretty good guess. Also, and then this ending that we had just here, where the doll picks up this sort of slug octopus looking thing and says, "Oh, good hunter," she's referring to us. We have transcended the hunt and become an infant Great One. That's what it means to transcend, to become a Great One. So there's that. And unfortunately we don't have a lamp yet, so that's why we're having to do this shit. Ow, my face, buddy. Ooh, search corpse, what do you got? Blood vials, yeah boy. And then we should get some more blood vials over here. It's the exact same game, it's just everything's a little bit harder as it pitches up into New Game Plus. And once we get back to the dream, yay, we got Quicksilver bullets. We'll have some things to discuss, and I'm also going to kind of play dress up here and with my Platinum character and show you what goodies that we were not able to view on this character. Sweet. And it's the same second verse, same as the first. Everything is exactly the same. Enemies get a little bit harder, a little bit more aware, and that sort of thing. But yeah, that is... Hello, Cleric Beast. But yes, this is Bloodborne. And our goal was to become a Great One all along. And the hunters will hunt the Great Ones, hunt the Great Ones. In an effort to gain some sort of insight, I guess, in order to hopefully become a Great One themselves. But yeah, wild and crazy ride. And we awake again in the Hunter's Dream. Do we get another choice of weapons? We do. I'm gonna go with the thread cane this time. Thank you. And we have an abandoned doll who we can actually look at now because we have the monocular. But yeah, looking an awful lot like Lady Maria. Just putting that out there. But yes. I already have... Oh, I could sell it, I guess. Let's go with the hunter pistol. And I'll sell it for echoes. Sell it for parts. And then here we have our buddy Gehrman again. Back from the dead.
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the Hunter's Dream. This will be your home for now. I am... Gehrman. Friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
We'll get used to it. Anyway, I'm actually going to switch over to... Well, let me check some things first with our shoppes here. I don't believe we have anything terribly new. Aside from some chalice items that we can get with insights. We also have access to all our Fallen Comrades sets. Interesting stuff, aside from that, the only thing left for us to do is play the whole damn game again. But I'm going to switch over to my Platinum character and show you guys some cool stuff. So, I'll see you back here in a second. Hello and welcome to my Platinum character named Charlotte. She is level 229 with hella stats, and that's all that really matters, really. So, we got some fun stuff to look at. First, I want to show you the Lumenwood rune interacting with the cause parasite. I'm gonna actually unequip that and equip that. Now, as you can see, there is nothing in my hand even with the cost parasite equipped. It's just a fist. That's why you need to equip the Lumenwood rune, or the milkweed rune, rather. And suddenly, we have some cool shit going on. Specifically, a tentacle. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Know what I mean? Pretty nasty. And if you transform it, full squid mode, bitch! It's pretty great. Pretty nasty. Pretty spoopy. Such eldritch. Very truth. Wow. But yes, there's that. And additionally now, because this character has in fact gone into the Chalice dungeons, we can put on our Beast Embrace rune. And, you know, just for shits and giggles, let's put on a Gascoigne's garb here. Because he was a beast, and so are we. Gascoigne, and then doesn't really matter. But what does matter is we can put on the Beast Claw. And you can see we have sort of this beast effect on us. And if we transform, we have one hand that is very much a beast claw and with a very large middle finger. Fuck the haters, man. But, we have this, and then we are able to repel people with a beast roar. When this first came out and people weren't quite sure what was going on yet, I like to hang out as a cooperator by Father Gascoigne's boss area with this going on, and when I would be summoned to the world as a cooperator, I would pull this move. And it scared the shit out of a mini cooperator. Good jolly fun. It was a good time. But yes, this is what happens when you put on the Beast Claw and have it interact with the Beast Embrace rune. So that's going on there. What other outfits do we have that we didn't have before? The old, the Yarnum set. Here, well, let me take the rune off. And then I can... Usually, yeah, if you have the Beast Claw thing going on, you get this beast effect. Especially when it transforms, but if you shake it off and you're just using it, it's not so bad. And by not so bad, it's not even there. Specifically, I wanted to show you this Yarnum Hunter set because I don't believe I bought it in the last game just because it's not a super great set. It's basically the set you get if you're a ding-dong and you miss that hidden set in the Central Yarnum, where we picked up the Hunter's garb. But this is what it looks like. Some S&M shit. Lots of whips and chains and whatnot. Let's see, what else here? We have... This is also a female character, so her Canehurst Knight set will actually be a bit different. And let me show you that real quick. Knight's gloves, and then we actually get a skirt. Because we're a lady. Instead of trousers like we would with our dude. Still a great outfit though. We also have the Executioner garb, which I don't think I ever showed. Probably just passed it. Yeah. And then Executioner trousers. And this is what it looks like, the gold Ardeo. Just kind of a pyramid head looking thing going on. Additionally, we can use Logarius's Will. This is what it looks like. Oh, I wanted to transform it actually, and you can see we get sort of this Logarius spell effect going on with it. It's a pretty interesting weapon, gotta say. I've never particularly liked using it. I know some people will love it, but yeah, you can rip that wheel like a Beyblade or some shit. I don't know. But we also get the Whirligig Saw, which I showed once before, but I don't believe I showed the Constable set, or the Master set. Our dear friend Walter. Here's what that looks like. It's a good time. We also have some, there is one set that we have that we did not get. Okay, so here's the Graveguard mask that I could not get for the life of me in our playthrough on the other character, but the Graveguard robe that we found in the Forbidden Woods. That's what this looks like. Very much spooky. Just in time. Well, it's August, so not in time for Halloween, but close enough. So this is going on. We also have the Bone Ash Mask, which is something that you get in the Chalice Dungeons, and it's a very cool looking set, gotta say. And I actually can't remember what weapon this guy uses, but I am going to use the Chikage to show it off now. It's a very, very cool set. Very cool looking, and let me see if I can push the camera into this sort of six-eyed channeler, except it looks more like 8 eyes, I believe. Very cool. And here we have the Chikage. And we can do our blood, and you can see our health is going down. We can shake it off like Taylor Swift, and our health will stop purging. What else can I show you guys? We have the Madman Hood. This is something else we didn't get because this is a Chalice Dungeon item. The arcane on this is very high, but you will notice the frenzy resistance is 4. Very much a Madman set. Let's see, Madman leggings. And yeah, basically, I am totally fucking this up. I'm not reading you guys the lore. That's not fair at all. Excuse me. The Madman Garb. Most tomb prospectors, members of the Healing Church, chosen to explore the old labyrinth, are unable to withstand the weight of the old knowledge and go mad. This attire is worn by those lost souls. The appendages draped across them are said to be a kind of protective charm, or at least that is what these lost souls believe with all their hearts. Truth oft resembles madness, inaccessible to the dull of mind. Those who go mad are merely thoughtful souls who failed to reach any conclusions. Well, that's nice, I guess. We also have the Bone Ash set. Armor made of bone ash, worn by the oldest keepers. The keepers who mined the slumbering great ones gained eternal life, preserved in ashen form in a ceremony of flame that cremated body and soul. Now their frail armor is white and sinewy, a window into an arcane lost art. And that is the bone marrow ash armor. The long pointed hat is a symbol of the old keepers and is considered evidence of their companionship, forged in a certain sin. So the keepers of the labyrinth are very closely associated with the Great Ones. They mine the slumbering Great Ones, sort of watch over them. But forged in a certain sin. I'm not entirely certain what that's referring to be honest. We also have the Graveguard mask, which we learned about. This is the Mask of Doras. We got the rest of his set in the other playthrough, Robe of Doras, that sort of thing. What other set do I have for you here? I think that's it as far as unique sets go. I don't think I ever showed you the full Harrowed set. So let me do that. This is what Simon was wearing. And then Harrowed gloves, and then Harrowed leggings, I believe. Harrowed trousers, excuse me. But yes, it's very bare, but it has hilariously high defense for some reason. Terrible. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I actually have every weapon, so real quick, let's look at some of these cooler ones. The Burial Blade that we got from Gehrman in its untransformed mode here, and then transformed. There's that. We also have the Threaded Cane, which we saw a bit of. Very fencing-like. And then anyone that's ever played Soul Calibur, that series, this should remind you of Ivy. Very similar indeed. And then we have Church Pick. Woo, nasty little weapon. Turns into this pick. Brutal. And then we have the Holy Moonlight Sword, which we didn't get to see. This is what we got for defeating Ludwig. Rests on your shoulder. And when you transform it... Holy Moonlight Sword, Batman. And just to show you what this does... And you'll notice when I do that, it uses Quicksilver bullets. It's a good time. And I wonder, did that use more than one? Hold on. Nope, it uses one. So yeah, just something to keep in mind if you want to use the Moonlight Greatsword. It uses Quicksilver. The Rider Palache is something that we got in Canehurst, so let me dress accordingly. Play some Fashionborn here. Let's do Canehurst helmet with the Knights. Let's mix up some Canehurst stuff going on here. Very nice, very nice. The Rider Palache is a gun attached to a sort of rapier. You can see rapier moveset. And then if we transform it, the gun becomes active. And you can shoot with either one. What a treat. So there's that. We also have the Chikage, I showed you that. The Rikuyo, which is Lady Maria's outfit, and we have her outfit as well. Let's put that bad boy on, since we're playing dress up. Very nice indeed. So the Rikuyo is a fun weapon. This is that sort of stab motion that she was doing with us that would put out a beam of blood. Or fire and blood, whatever she felt like doing. We can transform and do the double. I personally like this little spin attack that you can do. Very cool, very elegant. Which reminds me of another weapon, not the rifle spear, but the Blades of Mercy. This guy, and we'll actually switch to Eileen's set for this one. And this is very much just a section for people who are curious to see things that we didn't really get to look at in the last playthrough. But yes, you can transform it and do this very cool sort of scissor action. And the special attack here when it's transformed is this cutting backwards quick step. So you can slash while backing out, which is very nice indeed. Very cool. Very cool. And it's very elegant, just like the Rikuyo. We also have, let me start from the bottom. Okay, we have Cause, the Amygdala arm, I showed you that. The Blood Letter I did not show you. And we will rock Braider's set for this, since this is his weapon. Let's see, bloodied armbands and the bloodied trousers. So, we have this guy. When you transform it, it does in fact take some health off of you, and you can see it looks pretty nasty. And there is frenzy buildup when you stab it into the ground like that. I'm not sure what the advantage against a competitor would be. And I've also never noticed that before, that when you go to charge this in transform mode, it pulses. That's fucking disgusting. Okay, that's quite enough of that. We also have Tonitrus, which I don't know if we had the arcane for. But here's the sort of bolt aspect of it. Pretty interesting. We also have the boom hammer. I feel like I showed this, but just to be sure, here it is transformed, and then light that shit up. Fun little weapon. We also have the stake driver. This is what Jura wore, so let's switch to his outfit. Yes, really. I think I went right past his... Nope, there it is. And then Ashen Hunter, and then Ashen Hunter trousers. He actually has like these leather pants, which make your ass look amazing if you don't have the cape in the back. I'm just saying. Anyway. Pretty cool little weapon. The rifle spear, another powder keg weapon. Has some pretty good reach on it. And if you transform it, that's the really good reach. You sort of get this running charge. And you can fire a spray with the special when it's transformed. Let's see here. Simon's Bowblade we've seen, Ray of Pelage we've seen, Kirk Hammer. I don't know if I showed you guys this. But literally a hammer. I have never used this weapon extensively, to be honest. Just not my style. But some people swear by it, so hey, whatever works, man. We also have the Beast Cutter, which is part of our Old Hunter lineup. Here, I'll do the top hat for this one. And let's see, Old Hunter garb, and then Old Hunter gloves, and then the Old Hunter trousers, and yeah, we're looking like an Old Hunter now. So this is very club-like until you transform it into this crazy shit, and then you can still shoot with it. I didn't know that. Normally that button turns into something different when it's transformed. But yes, this is the Beast Cutter. The Beast Hunter Safe is very similar to the Saw Cleaver, just as the Beast Cutter is very similar to the Threaded Cane. They just have different strength requirements, usually stronger and or skill requirements. As you can see, very similar. It's basically, the moveset is a very aggressive forward dashing, lunging. That's a really good example right there of the Saw Cleaver. So basically, if you really want to get in there, you have these sort of forward lunging dashes that you can use. We also have the Hunter's Axe, which is a starter weapon. This is your sort of strength-based weapon. This is what Father Gascoigne used. Comes in a long form, which is really good for cutting down foes and staggering like that. It's really good against enemies like Dark Beast Parl, where you kind of want to sweep the legs. But you can also shorten it up and swing it around like this and still have access to your gun, which is always nice. Definitely more of a strength-based weapon. What else do we have here that we can show off? That's it for the right-hand weapons. The left-hand weapons. There's also the Saw Spear, which is very similar to the Saw Cleaver. Just comes to a point. And we pick that up in sort of the sewers of Central Yarnum. We also have some fun left-hand weapons. I've been using the Evelyn this whole time during this demonstration. We also have access to basically anything you want. We have the repeating pistol. I'm going to have to make some blood bullets here. The repeating pistol. Very interesting, I know. And then Ludwig's rifle. This is a fancy looking gun. Shoots a spray. You have the piercing rifle, which we've seen in action, so I'm not going to show it. The Gatling gun. And I'm out. That's okay. And we also have the church cannon. which I cannot fire because I lack the bullets, because it requires 10 at a time, as does this cannon here. But you can see how big it is, both of those cannons. The flame sprayer. Rosmarinus, which is very similar, but it's Sacred Mist. The Fist of Gradia, which does not use Quicksilver, thank God. But it will beat the shit out of people. What else we got here? And we have some torches, the shields, yada yada. What we can do is, here I'm going to spend some of my mini echoes. This is how much I love you guys, on some Quicksilver bullets so that we can see. Let's see, let's do 20. And the reason I am buying those is because we have some arcane shit that we can do now. Yay! So, let's see here. We have 44 vermin, tells you how much I'm working this bad boy. We have tiny nitrous, which I can show you. The empty phantasm shell we would just apply to a weapon, and it applies magic to a weapon similar to bolt paper. We have black sky eye I can show you. We have augur vibriatus I can show you. Let me add that next. We also have a call beyond. Beast Roar, Executioner's Gloves, a Cursed Brew. We have a lot going on here. Whoa. Executioner's Glove. Okay, let me start with these, and then we have Tiny Nitrous. Which, hold on, let me show you that shit again. Pretty cool. And then we have Black Sky Eye. Augur Vibriatus, which we saw with Mikolash. A Call Beyond, which is some good shit. Very cool. Hold on. Look at this. Running out of shit again. Executioner's Gloves. And it will actually pursue and draw towards whatever enemy. It didn't have one to target onto there, so it just went forward. Let's see. We have a few more that I can show you. We have a Cursed Brew and Messenger's Gift, and also the Madara's Whistle, which Jess actually demonstrated. Beast Roar as well. Here. You can summon a giant serpent from the nightmare. She showed us that, but that's okay. A Cursed Brew. Spooky. Beast Roar. So, similar to what happens when you blast people back with the Beast Embrace rune equipped. Here, the Madara's Whistle. It's smart to move out of the way. And then the Messenger's Gift, this is very funny, and I can't remember where we picked this up, but this is very good when you're trying to mess with people on, if you're invading. You turn into a little messenger bundle, and you can actually move around even. It's pretty funny until you go to attack, and then the spell breaks. But pretty fun nonetheless. What else can I show you? People. You fine people. I think that might be it. The choir bell uses 7 Quicksilver bullets. Basically, you ring a bell and it heals people that you're cooperating with. The Old Hunter's Bone, we saw that asshole, the Bloody Crow of Canehurst used to hell and back. Just so you know, you can get Great One Cold Blood. And you can use it to gain cosmically nightmarish blood echoes. And like a true revelation, this uncanny relic defies understanding, and you can only get this in the Chalice dungeons. There are certain things that you can only get in there because they're fucked up. So there's that. And I think that is it in terms of goodies that I was not able to kind of expose you to in the last playthrough. I'm pretty sure. We also, you can get a bunch of fucking chalices. Yeah. Chalice dungeons are a time, to say the least. But, here, let me change to something a little less hideous. But this has been Bloodborne, and I thank you guys so much for joining me. I really love this game. I hope I explained things as best as, to the best of my ability. I hope I shed some light on the story of Bloodborne for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment. If you want to see anything else specific, make a request, and I will try and honor it. But yeah, this has been Bloodborne, and thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next playthrough. May you transcend the hunt.